second. The Reds threatening. They've got men at second and third. Nobody out. Mike Kickham facing Todd Frazier, and Frazier gets the Reds on the board. 2 down for Derek Robinson.
Chops this one over the head of Sandoval and down the left field line. He'll go on to second with a 2-run double, and the Reds have a 4-0
board for Todd Frazier.
Swung on by Frazier. Long drive. Left field. It is gone. A 3-run bomb by Todd Frazier in the bottom of the third.
Great night for Cozart, but Mother Nature would soon intervene as the rains come down, and this game would be called as the Reds go on for a 6-inning, 8-1 victory. First, it is Shin-Soo Choo who leads off the frame. He drills the Lincecum pitch deep to right field. Hunter Pence in pursuit, but he cannot quite come up with it. Now, initially, Choo was given a home run, but he should not cash that check just yet, as this one is going to go under review. Watch it again as Pence and a fan both go for the ball. It ends up back on the field of play. The umpires correctly overturn the call. They give Chuba. Now let's check out Bailey in the top of the second. He gets Pence on the swing and a miss. And the next batter, Brandon Belt, comes up empty to end the frame. Then in the third, Lincecum, and it's Lincecum who goes down one more time. Bailey strikes out the side. He is perfect now through 6 innings. Demand aboard for Brandon Phillips. The line shot to left field, and it barely clears the wall for a 2-run shot. Number 12 for Phillips, and the Reds have it all. The next batter for the Giants, Pablo Sandoval, swings at the high heat. And Bailey with a no-no through race. Torres sends this one into center field. That ends the frame, and Bailey is now 3 outs away from a no-hitter. Leading off the frame is Brandon Crawford as he chops it back to the mound. Nice play by Bailey to retire Crawford. There's out number 1. And the crowd getting louder with every out. Next batter for the Giants, Tony Abreu, the swing and a miss. That's out number 2. And now the only thing standing between Bailey and his second career no-hitter is Gregor Blanco.
Reds with a 3-0 lead, an out to go. No-hit baseball up to this point has been thrown by Homer Bailey against the San Francisco Giants. Blanco 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the batter's box, and now he's waiting. Bailey with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The right-hander kicks and he throws. And here's a ground ball to Todd Frazier. He's up, he's throwing, and Bailey has a no-hitter. Homer Bailey has no-hit the San Francisco Giants, the 16th no-hitter in Cincinnati Reds history. They are crowding around. They are bouncing up and down around the mound. Everybody out of the dugout.
The dugout. Top 5 now, Cingrani facing Abreu once again, who launches a go-ahead 2-run shot into the second deck. First of the season for Abreu. Giants have a 2-1 lead. Digs in to face Contos.
High fly ball by Heisey, and he has knotted this baby up in 2.
No matter what kind of manager you are, you can't manage around that.
Faces Javier Lopez.
And there's a base hit, and it turns right now. Choo, the game-winning hit in the bottom of the 11th inning.
2 batters later, bases loaded. The former Giant Juan Uribe comes through with a 2-run double. Hanley Ramirez and Andre Ethier come in to score, and the Dodgers lead.
Swung on, ground ball, base hit to center. Here comes Puig. They will not have a play on him. Stopping
damage.
Kane deals line drive into left field. Here comes Gillespie. Can't make the play, and it rolls all the way to the wall. 2 runs will score. 3 runs will score, and Uribe is into third, and the Dodgers have...
With an 8-1 lead in the bottom of the third, Pablo Sandoval gives one a ride to right field that hits off the wall. Yasiel Puig having some trouble playing in his first game at AT&T Park. He overruns the ball after it bounces off the wall, but then check this out. He shows off his cannon of an arm with a perfect strike to home, stopping any runs from scoring. Top of the 7th, a man on. Uribe at it again, a 2-run homer off of Mike Kickham, his 5th of the year. Dodgers up 8-1.
The first. Bottom of the inning, a man on at third for Buster Posey. Rips the RBI double off of Stephen Fife. Posey just always comes through, so the Giants take a 1-0. Wait a second here. Don Mattingly comes out and says the Dodgers batted out of order, and you look at the lineup. Pablo Sandoval was due up, not Posey, so Pablo's ruled out. Blanco has to go back to third, and now Posey up in his regular 4-hole spot, flies out this time to Puig in the inning. But they do score in the second, and now bases loaded. Gregor Blanco, infield single as Nick Punto can't make the flip. They'd had another in the inning. The first 14 he faced, but in the fifth, Giants up 4-0. Not so fast. Tim Fedorovich with his third home run of the season at Ramirez flies out to center field. Giants win 4-2, and boy, they needed it. Just their second win.
Following a leadoff triple off Chad Godin, and Hanley's going to come on home, courtesy of the Ribby single by Andre Ethier. Dodgers strike first as they lead 1 for A.J. Ellis.
Line drive into left center field. Long run for Torres. He can't get it. In to score is Puig. Here comes Gonzalez. Here comes Ethier.
First, a matchup of NL All-Stars. Buster Posey, the 2-run homer off of Matt Harvey, his 13th of the year. Giants up 2-0. With a man on, John Buck smashes one to the gap in right center off of Tim Lincecum. Marlon Byrd comes around to score from first, and the Mets are on the board. It's a 2-1 game. Top of the sixth, after a leadoff triple, Daniel Murphy with a blooper into left. Andres Torres can't make the play. Young scores, tying the game at 2, and the Mets would grab a 3-2 lead later in the frame. A leadoff triple that broke an 0-for-24 slump. Brandon Crawford lines one into center, scoring Pence. That ties the game at 3. Matt Harvey would finish the inning after 121. In the top of the 11th, 2 on and 2 out for the Mets. Sandy Rosario deals to Marlon Byrd. Grounder to the hole in short. Brandon Crawford, the great diving stop and the throw to first in time to end the inning. Giants get out of the Jets loaded and 2 outs, but Greg Burke gets out of trouble. He induces the broken bat ground out from Cole Gillespie. Bottom of the 15th, Giants with another chance to win it. Bases loaded for Gregor Blanco against Josh Edgin, but Blanco grounds out to first, and that would end the inning as Recker with a chance to be the hero.
Recker grounds one to the shortstop. It's booted by Crawford, and the Mets take the lead.
Bobby Parnell trying to shut the door for New York with 2 on and 2 out. The winning run at first. He faces Guillermo Quiroz, the last hope for the Giants.
And he grounds one down to third. Wright's got it. Goes to second, and the ball game is over. The Mets win a 16-inning affair.
Barry Zito gives up the big fly to Andrew Brown, but look at Kinsuke Tanaka going up and grabbing that one for Tanaka. The first time he makes a play as a big leaguer. This is big league debut. He also had his first big league hit. Brown, this time, goes the ground route. Single to left, David Wright scores. Marlon Byrd, he comes in as well. Mets tie the game up at 2. Anthony Recker living up to his last name.
Long drive off the bat of Recker, deep left center, back toward the wall, and it's out of here. Anthony Recker puts the Mets back in front with a 2-run homer.
5, bases loaded. Daniel Murphy against Jeremy Affeldt to center field. Omar Quintanilla looking to come in, and the fly ball deep enough. A sac fly. Mets take a 6-5 lead. In to face Marlon Byrd.
Marlon Byrd, first pitch swinging, deep left field. Back goes Tanaka to the warning track, back at the wall. It's out of here! Marlon Byrd with a grand slam, and the Mets lead it 10-5.
Fran, top of the first with a man on third. Daniel Murphy with a single into right center. Eric Young scores, and the Mets take a 1. Later in the frame, bases loaded with 2 outs. John Buck with a single that scores Murphy and Ike Davis, giving the Mets a 3-0 lead. Kane lasts just 2/3 of an inning, allowing 2 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks. Shortest career start for Matt Kane. Looking to widen the margin for the Mets.
And Byrd hits one out to center field, chasing back toward the gap is Blanco, looking up at the wall, and it's out of here. Marlon Byrd with a 2-run homer, and he just keeps on swatting them.
5-0 New York after Bird's 15th of the year. He now has homers in back-to-back games with a man in scoring position.
And he hits one out to center field, chasing Blanco back, and he's not going to get this one. Buck will come in to score. Wheeler has his first Major League extra base hit, a run-scoring double.
Garner deals to Carlos Quentin with runners on the corners. He hits one to the gap in left center. Chris Denorfia scores. Padres up 1-0. Loaded. Kyle Blanks with a grounder to short. The Giants try to turn 2. They can only get the out at second. A run comes in to score, and it's 2-0 San Diego. Top trying to get the Giants on the board.
Sandoval deep into right center field. Blanks is not going to get this one, you know what?
6 with 1 out. Kinsuke Tanaka with an RBI single. That scores Sandoval. That ties it at 2. That's Tanaka's first career RBI. Cisco the lead.
Hit well to left. Quentin's got to spin around. He's not going to catch it. And it bounces up into the seats for a ground rule double. Blanco comes through.
Tanaka comes in to score. 2 batters later, Buster Posey lines one into left. Blanco comes in to score, giving the Giants a 4-2 lead. Bumgarner in the dugout, loving.
Game tied at 1. Alexi Amarista at the plate with a man at third, facing Chad Godin. Amarista lifts it toward third base, but Tim Timmons gets in the way of Brandon Crawford, attempting to make the catch, and then Timmons calls the ball foul. Now take another look here as Crawford hitting Timmons on the head as he could not get out of the way, and then Timmons compounding his mistake by calling it foul, even though it clearly picked up some chalk, as you see right here. So Timmons making a complete mess of that entire sequence. At 1, it is a man at third, 2 men away for Pablo Sandoval as he drills the O'Sullivan offering deep to right field, nearly out. It is an RBI double. Giants have a 2. The next batter is Hunter Pence as Everth Cabrera and O'Sullivan try the hidden ball trick, attempting to get Sandoval out at second base. But check out the replay here. Cabrera would have had Sandoval by plenty, but O'Sullivan stepped back on the mound before Cabrera applied the tag, therefore nullifying the play. Let's go top 6. It's now 3-1. Tim Stauffer facing Buster Posey. Bases loaded, 2 men away. Posey with a 2-run single to right. The Giants have a 5-1 lead. Torres facing Brad Brock.
Hundley can't find it, and now Crawford's got to get back. And they got Crawford hung up. And now they're going to throw to third, and they got Tanaka hung up. And it's going to be interference. Tanaka ran right into Headley. And that's what you're supposed to do if you can get away with it.
But Bud Black protesting that Tanaka was on the grass and therefore should have been called out. Last Diaz does not agree. Black gets run for Buster Posey.
Posey wraps it to left. Blanco's going to score. Scudero's going to pick up another RBI for Buster Posey. Have a night. 5 RBIs.
It's 2-0 Giants. Brandon Belt doubles down, make it 4-0. His 10th of the season. He sets a new career high to the sandbox off Volquez. King strong. He strikes out Logan Forsythe. 2 batters later, after a walk to Everth Cabrera, he strikes out Alexi Amarista. Cabrera steals second, but then with runners at the corners, Carlos Quentin lines out to Brandon Crawford. No hits through 6. Alonso strikes out. That's Lincecum's 11th K. 2 batters later, pinch hitter Jesus Guzman. Behind the third base bag, Pablo Sandoval with the range and the throw. Still no hits. Giants. Lincecum still dealing. Pitch count climbing as he hits his 12th strikeout. Gets Rene Rivera. Then Chris Denorfia to third. It's Sandoval again. 2 outs. Then a runner on first after a walk, and Lincecum dealing to Alexi Amarista. He'd like some more help from his defense.
Right field, and he dives! He's got it!
2-2 count. He strikes out Chase Headley, the leadoff man. Buster Posey applies the tag. Next batter's Carlos Quentin. He flies out to left. Out number 2. Giants fans in San Diego are pumped. Giants dugout on its feet. Yonder Alonso digs in. Pitch number 148 for Lincecum.
High in the air and catchable. Blanco. It's a no-hitter for Tim Lincecum.
1-0 lead, but that lead would quickly disappear off the bat of Chris Denorfia. That's a game-tying shot to left, and our game is even at 1 run. Let's go bottom 2. It is Zito now dealing to Nick Hundley, and Hundley tees off on Zito. That's a tie-breaking shot to left, and the Padres on top 2-1, but they're not. Will Venable.
That ball's hit well. Deep to right center. Home run derby. Jack deck for Venable.
Dunning now on the hill facing Carlos Quentin, 2 on and nobody away. Quentin the screamer to deep left, and it barely misses, becoming a 3-run homer. Quentin will settle for the ribby double. It's now a 4-1 game. Watch it again. Quentin just that close. George Contos.
And he hits this one well, high into the left field corner where it's the shortest distance. Home run!
Start was rough. Runner on first, Buster Posey into left center field. Off the base of the wall. Gregor Blanco flying from first base. He's around third trying to score. Didi Gregorius' throw home is not in time, as blinds. 2 batters later, it's Hunter Pence up. He singles through the hole, and that brings home Posey. It's Paul Goldschmidt leading things off.
Goes with a high drive to left. Tanaka over, still over by the line. Tanaka slides and he makes the catch. I don't know.
Montero.
The 0-1 pitch is hit to right center field. On the move, Andres Torres sprinting over. He makes the catch, and this game is over.
With a man at second, 2 men away, and the Panda delivers. That is an RBI double. Marco Scudero scores. It's 1-0 Sanford. No out threat, and Miley walking Jeff Francoeur on a 3-2 pitch, forcing home Buster Posey. Josh Kometzer.
High drive center field. Eaton on the move. Eaton on the move. Out of here. Dead center.
It's now a 4-2 game. Jeremy Affeldt dealing to A.J. Pollock, 2 on and 2 down. And following that pitch, some discomfort there by Affeldt in a region where you never want to feel discomfort. He defined run at first base as Cody Ross. Romo gets him on strikes. That's how this one ends as the Giants hang on for the inning. Bottom 6. Buster Posey at first base. It is Pablo Sandoval at the plate. He sends this one all the way to the wall in left center. A.J. Pollock begins the relay. Posey given the green light around third. Here's the play at the plate, and Posey is out of there. Great relay by Arizona facing Gene Machi.
Little looper, and it drops in for a base hit. Prado scores. Here comes Goldie. Here's the throw, and he's in there. Cody Ross.
As he faces Tanaka, who sends this to short, a potential double play ball, but Aaron Hill throws it away. Hunter Pence scores to make it 3-1, but watch here, Tanaka going for 2, but he is gunned down. That is a costly miscue for out number 2. Now represents the tying run.
Another ground ball, Cliff Pennington, and the Diamondbacks win, and they hold on to the lead in the National League West.
In the bigs, later in the inning, bases loaded, 2 men away. Todd Frazier drills it to center. It is over the head of Andres Torres. It's going to clear the bases. A 3-run double for Frazier, and a great start for the Reds as they lead 3-0 as he faces Lincecum.
Here's a high drive back into left field. Did he get it all? He did. It's a home run. They are taking batting practice off of...
It is Lincecum facing Jay Bruce, and Bruce drills this one to deep right. Solo shot for him, his 20th. It is all Reds as they lead 6-0. He faces pinch hitter Jeff Francoeur.
And here's a high drive center field. Back at the warning track and leaping and making the catch. Derek Robinson, what a play in center field, and this one belongs to the Reds. Derek Robinson going above the wall to take a home run away from Jeff Francoeur.
On surgery just a year ago, pitching with a 1-0 lead in the second until Zach Cozart singles into left field, scoring Jay Bruce. That ties the game up at 1. Next batter, the red-hot Devin Mesoraco.
Hit pretty good to left. Going back, Francoeur. Warning track to the wall. Gonna be gone. Back-to-back.
Prado joins the party, showing off the opposite field power with a solo homer, his 16th of the year. Cincinnati up 5 in the third. Tony Cingrani, the Reds starting pitcher, helping out his own cause with a 2-out single, scoring Zach Cozart. That made it 7-1 Reds facing Zach Cozart.
This one hit deep to left. Big swing from Cozart. That's going to be gone. Zach Cozart.
2 of a traditional doubleheader, so San Francisco wearing their road grays as the Reds take the field as the home team in makeup of a rainout in Cincinnati. Giants batting first, get a rally going early on against Red starter Greg Reynolds, who was called up from AAA before the game. Pablo Sandoval sends one to the gap in left center. Tony Abreu comes around to score, and Buster Posey gets in ahead of the throw. Giants take a 2-0.
2-2 pitch. Swing a line drive, base hit into center field. Pablo Sandoval rounding third, heading home, and he will score run number 3. 3-0.
At home this season, facing Corky Miller. He sends one into right center. Pence doing it with the glove this time. The nice diving catch. Nice play by Pence. Take another look at him flashing the leather.
The right-hander delivers. Slider struck him out swinging. The ball game is over, and the Giants get the split.
It's Jay Bruce.
That's a rocket into the right field corner. That'll produce another run. The Reds have opened the gates here. Bruce chugging into second. He'll be in with a 2-base hit. He picks it up with run batted in number 69.
Devin Mesoraco.
Looped into center. That's going to drop for a hit. That'll get another run home for the Reds.
Those 2 out base hits, baby.
Thirds. In the bottom of the third, Hunter Pence with the single off of Lake. Marco Scutaro comes in. Part of a 5-for-5 night for Pence. Those 5 hits tie a career high.
Second, and Castro. Back up the middle, past the diving Tony Abreu. That scores Shearholtz from second, and it's a 1-0 Cubs lead. So Jeff Francoeur comes in, and he makes the Cubs pay. He goes the other way into right field, down for a base hit. Pablo Sandoval scores. Hunter Pence scores behind him, a 2-1 lead. The throw gets away, but Edwin Jackson backing up, and he's got Belt between third and home. He applies the tag himself. So the Giants leading 2-1.
Ready for the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Rizzo hits a ground ball to Belt. Through him. Down the line. The tying run is in. Racing around third is Lake. Heading to the plate. He scores. Rizzo safe at second. The ball went right between the legs of Brandon Belt at first base. Cubs lead 3-2.
Courtesy of WGN Radio. With 2 outs, the next batter's Jeff Francoeur.
Swing and a high fly ball, shallow left. Castro out, Lake in. Cubs win.
Top 6, the Cubs have 2 on for Shearholtz. He'll line one to center off Bumgarner, but on comes Andres Torres, another member of the 2010 championship Giants team, to rob Shearholtz of a hit and end the frame. Up is Brandon Belt. He'll rip one to the right side, but Anthony Rizzo makes the leaping snare to take a base hit away and end the frame. He's in a bases loaded, nobody out jam, facing the 2012 NL MVP Buster Posey. And what does Posey do? He grounds out softly to the left side, and Gregor Blanco is forced out at home plate. That leaves it up to Hunter Pence for the Giants, and on a 1-2 pitch, he goes fishing on the Strop breaking ball. Strop is fired up. He escapes the jam for Sergio Romo.
High in the air, deep to right. Pence goes back. He's at the warning track, and baby's gone. Nate Shearholtz returning to San Francisco with a go-ahead 9th inning homer.
See if he'll roll over on a splitter.
He does. Throw goes to the plate. Relay to first. Cubs win.
As Wood steps in against Lincecum.
Deep to left. Travis Wood. Gone. And the Cubs lead 1-0.
With 2 on and 2 out, Pablo Sandoval with a double down the left field line. Marco Scutaro comes in to score. That ties the game at 1 and snaps a 15-inning scoreless streak for the Giants, looking to break the stalemate.
That one hit a ton by Castillo to give the Cubs the lead again. A long home run, and it's 2-1. The pitch. Popped up, this'll do it. Castro. Cubs win.
Zito has a 1-0 lead, but facing Delman Young with runners on the corners, 2 men away. Young comes through. A game-time gritty single. Our game bases loaded, 2 men away for John Mayberry, and that forces home the tie-breaking run. The Phillies on top, 2-1. As John Lannon dealing to Pablo Sandoval following a pair of 2-out walks, and the Panda makes him pay. He sends it into no man's land. A game-tying RBI single with a man on.
That one's ripped toward deep left field. Going back on it is Francoeur. It is gone! First home run of the year for Carlos Ruiz.
Moscoso.
In the air to left field. That's well hit, and that one's not coming back. It is gone! A 2.
Back top of the first, it's 1-0 Giants. Hunter Pence hits one hard to the left side off Kyle Kendrick. Ashley makes a beautiful diving stop and throw. The next batter up is Brent Pill. In his second game since being recalled from the minors, he singles up the middle. That drives in a pair, and the Giants have a quick 3-0 lead. To step in for San Francisco is Kieschnick for his first big league plate appearance.
Lines it into center field, a base hit. Here comes Pill. 4-0 Giants. Kieschnick starts out his career with a bang.
5-1 Giants, bases loaded for Kieschnick, and he'll serve a single into left field. That brings home Buster Posey. It's 6-1 Giants, and Kieschnick begins his career with a couple of base hits. He's looking for a career first of his own.
Get on the ground towards the hole and a base hit. Pence is going to score. Hill is being held up, and it's 7-1, and get that ball for Chad Godin.
The Pandas at bat would continue, and unfortunately would end in injury. He'll break his bat on a ground ball to the left side. Ashe makes the pickup, then throws it away. Sandoval is safe, but he comes up lame. He has to leave the ball game with a bruised right. Top 7 now, the Giants offense will tack on as Brett Pill goes deep to left off Ramirez for a solo home run. Hill goes 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs in this game as the